Hi and welcome to another video of mine. Today I want to show you my daily routine, which me and my parents have perfected over the last weeks for me as a puppy. Of course, our day starts with a potty break outside, and my parents do still make sure to carry me outside so that I don't pee on the floor while walking outside. And peeing always happens within the first seconds after I hit the floor outside. That's always for sure. And then I also always have to take a poo outside. Maybe it takes a few minutes and we would just walk around, and then sometimes it's time to go back into bed, which I always love because then I can still cuddle a little bit more with my parents depending on what time it is. And then at some point it's time to get up and start our day. As a puppy, I'm always starting my day very, very energized. And when I was a little bit younger, like 8 to 12 weeks old, my parents just played with me a little bit for 5 to 10 minutes after getting up. And then I got my food. But now that I'm a little bit older already, it's not enough anymore to just play with me. So they make sure to go with me on a walkie for about 15 minutes. And then I get my dry food, so my first meal of the day, which I always love. And we think it's a very good way to do it this way around because it's actually not that good for puppies to run around and go crazy with a lot of food in their belly. So it's a very good way to just do it this way around. And then I can also have a drink, and then all my energy has left my body and I'm ready to take a nap and sleep, and my parents can work. My parents spread out my meals into 4 portions, and usually we use 2 portions in order to teach me new tricks or to reinforce old tricks that I've already learned. And then we use 1 portion in order to brush me and 1 portion in order to just feed me through the Kong because I'm a very fast eater. So it's important that I eat more slowly because otherwise I would have finished everything in 15 seconds. And that works very well for us right now. And as I already mentioned, after breakfast, it's time to rest. And at home in Hamburg, my parents usually put me in my crate in order to sleep. And now in Spain, we've started that I just lie in my dog bed, but that my parents put me on a leash so that I really realize, okay, it's time to rest now, and that I don't want to just walk around through the flat and follow my parents everywhere. And that works actually really, really well, and is kind of a good transition from the crate to the dog bed. And then at some point I'm gonna sleep in my dog bed without a leash, of course. Usually I need to go potty again around 11 a.m. So my parents take me outside quickly, and then I go back inside, and it's still time to be calm till about 12 p.m. when my parents feed me the second meal, and it's time to train tricks again and to just learn more. And then it's also time for my parents to have food, and I just lie down in my dog bed again and wait until they're finished. And because of my training with my lunch, I'm usually still a little bit tired afterwards. So we take another nap until 2 or 3 p.m. And then it's time to go for another walkie with my parents. And we just learn more things such as walking on the leash properly, or also just sniffing around and enjoying the good weather, hopefully. And when I'm really, really lucky, then it's time for also a little play session with my best friend here in Spain, who is Pepita, and she lives in the house next to me. So if I'm lucky, then I meet her and we can play around, which is also great for my parents because then afterwards I'm always very exhausted. And that's actually the perfect timing to work on something I really don't like, which is staying home alone, or just being in a room alone. But that's the perfect timing because I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Usually it's actually just time to sleep, and I've been potty, I've been fed, and I drank something. So I have everything that I basically could need in order to just lie down and rest. And right now my parents give me something to chew on so that it's easier for me to be home alone and to just relax a little bit. And as already said, it's something that is very, very tough for me. So we try to incorporate it in our daily routine to just make it easier and easier. But it's also something that we're just going to do another video on and just share our journey and our tips and tricks that we've learned so far. So stay tuned for another video on that. Depending on what time it is, it's also time before or after for my third meal, and that's usually the time when my parents brush me, because I still have my puppy fur, which gets tangled up very, very easily. So my parents brush me every day in order to make sure that my fur stays nice. And in about a couple weeks time, it's time to groom myself for the first time. So I'm very, very excited for that already. And afterwards, it's time for another potty break, of course. Usually in the afternoon, we go every 1.5 to every 2 hours, because I have to go more often in the afternoon sometimes. And then it's really, really time to take a break. And then I usually rest until evening, so until like 6 or 6:30 p.m. when it's time for my final meal, my dinner kind of. And I usually get that fed through the Kong, so I can just eat it on my own, but in a more slowly manner. And it's of course time to go outside again. As you can see, that's really, really most of the things that we do in a day. And afterwards, I sometimes get to chew on something if I'm a little bit restless. And then my parents make sure to only give me water until 8 p.m. We've explained that in this video if you're interested in that. And then I usually go to bed with my parents around 10 or 11 p.m. and it's time to sleep through the night. And my parents are very happy about that I finally sleep through the night. And then next morning, it all starts over again. And that was our daily routine. I hope you enjoyed this video. And please, if you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like that. Or if you want to see other content, please just give me a comment and then we can also do a video on what you kind of request. And then we'll see each other in the next video. And have a good day until then.